Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am in my dorm room still, which is crazy because I won't be here for much longer because I'm graduating so soon. So this is probably one of my last videos in my dorm room, I would have to imagine, which is kind of sad, but on to bigger and better things. Graduating college is so exciting and so fun, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for me because honestly, like, I don't even know at this point. So super exciting things are happening in the near future. But this video is all about how I started influencing and like becoming an influencer, how I edit my pictures, my YouTube videos, things like that, and then tips for you guys because I get a lot of DMs about like how did you start influencing and just so many questions about that. So I just wanted to make this video to clear up all those questions and just answer all those for you guys. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Very first question is, how did you become an influencer? And I'm gonna be completely honest, I wasn't even like trying to become an influencer or anything when it did happen. So in high school I started a blog because I love to write. I still do, but not as much as I used to. But I love to write, and so I was like, I'm gonna start a blog, and it didn't get a whole lot of attention, but I guess it got enough attention from brands and stuff too. And then brands started reaching out to me and they were like, hey, if we send you this free product, fill in the blank, like this free product, then will you post about it on your blog or your Instagram stories or Instagram posts or something? So I was getting all these messages from brands that I already used and already loved. So I was like, of course I would gladly like get free product and post about it when I'm already using it. I'm already loving these products. Of course I would do that. So I did that for probably a few years, I would say. And then one time a brand reached out to me and they were like, how much do you charge? Like, what are your rates for Instagram posts? And I was like, oh my gosh, like a light bulb went off in my head. And I was like, I didn't even realize that I could have been charging for these posts the whole time. And so at this point in time in high school, I think I had like 5,000 or 6,000 followers on Instagram. So it wasn't anything crazy. And so my rates were so low, you guys. Like, my rates now compared to what they were then, huge difference. But I feel like that just shows, you know, where I was, and it reflected my following. I didn't have that many followers, so my rates were equal to my follower ratio, if that made sense, and my engagement ratio, things like that. And some brands would still just say like, hey, we'll send you free product if you post about it. But then other brands, whenever they would ask for my rate, then that's when I would be like, okay, like, here's my rate and I'm gonna get paid for this. And that's how it all started. I feel like it took several years for me to realize like this is something that I could be actually doing as a job. And then I realized like how much time and effort I put into the posts or videos, whatever they're wanting out of me, should reflect how much I'm getting paid, because I'm doing work for this brand, and so it should reflect how I'm getting paid. And there are so many websites and apps where you can put in like your followers, your engagement rates, all that, and it'll tell you how much you should be charging for whatever they're asking. So I feel like your rates should just reflect how many followers, how much engagement, and then if a brand says no to your rate, then that's when you say, okay, then like I didn't want to work with you anyways if you're going to say no to my rate, because you should not be doing work and not getting paid for it and not getting credited for it. So like, don't let brands walk all over you, but also you can't be asking like too much, if that makes sense. So back to the question, how I became an influencer. I had a blog, it started getting attention, I started posting on my Instagram stories and things like that, and brands were seeing that, I guess, and just were interested in what I share. And I feel like just for like me personally, I like pride myself and my social medias on my authenticity. I feel like I'm super real with my followers, and I only ever post about brands that I actually use or actually love, and I feel like other brands can see that, and so that's why they're interested in working for me. So to become an influencer, I feel like you need to sort of build up this brand, you know, of yourself, like a look and a certain like identity that you want to be known for and be known with, and kind of go off of that. I'm not really sure how I even like started gaining followers, but I remember my freshman year of college having 15,000 followers on Instagram, and now I'm at 40,000, so not like a crazy amount of growth, but I feel like a decent amount for only being in college for 3 years and that many people following me since then. And then I didn't get TikTok until last year actually. So within a year I've gained, I had to go look. I wasn't even sure how many followers I had. 122,000 followers on TikTok, but I feel like TikTok is easier to get followers on than Instagram. I personally would say that. But once more and more people start following you, start like resharing your posts and things like that, I feel like other brands would see that and then they would be interested in working with you, and it just kind of goes from there. Another question was how or when did you become big on social media? So I feel like I already kind of answered those. I had, you know, some followers in high school and then it just like led into college, and then here we are now. I'm at 40K on Instagram, which is super happy. I'm super thankful for everyone that follows me, and I love my followers so much. I swear I have the best following ever. Everyone's always so nice and sweet, and I just love that. The next question that somebody asked was, do you create content for yourself or is someone always taking the photos of you? And I really like this question because I feel like everyone always thinks that someone is always taking the photo, but most influencers' pictures, I feel like they're all taking themselves. So many of my photos I take myself. It's just my tripod and me setting up. I like it better, I feel like, when other people are taking the photo because it's so much easier for me to just, they take it and then I look at it and I'm like, oh, can you change this really quick? And then they change it and I love the pictures. But when you're doing it yourself, you have to like keep readjusting your tripod or like keep going back to the same exact angle that you were at to get like a different shot because you didn't like your face or something. So it can take longer if you're shooting it yourself, but also then you're your own boss kind of. So I love taking pictures, and so I could be taking photos for like hours. I'm not even kidding. But somebody probably doesn't want to take pictures of me for hours. So there are definitely pros and cons of taking your pictures yourself versus having someone else take them for you. If you get super lucky like me, then you have a boyfriend who actually likes taking your photos and he will take them whenever I ask him. He's seriously such an angel, and he'll take literally 100 pictures and I won't like any of them, and I'll be like, can we change this and this, you know? And he's such a trooper. But so if you have someone to take them, it is very nice. But also if you don't have anyone to take them of you, just take your tripod out and shoot it yourself, because if you need content, then you need content, and it's like on your own matters, if that makes sense. The next question is, what edits do you use? And for my Instagram photos, I either use my own presets that I have or the Tezza app. I kind of go back and forth because I feel like sometimes I like super natural looking photos, so I don't want to edit them a lot, which I like the Tezza app for because I will just adjust like the highlights and the shadows and the exposure and put one of her presets on it, but drag it all the way to like 5 or 10, so it just looks super natural. I have been loving that look lately for my Instagram feed, just like the super natural looking, because sometimes I feel like presets can like over edit pictures, and I don't want my pictures to ever look like super fake, if that makes sense. And so I've kind of been steering away from presets, but I do want to make some new summer presets with how I have been editing when I use the Lightroom app, because a lot of people have been asking me, and if it's not the Tezza app, then it's like my own presets in Lightroom, but I haven't released the ones that I've been using. So I need to do that this summer. I've just been so busy with school and everything. It's just, it gets really hard, but definitely use the apps Lightroom and Tezza. The next question is how to network with influencers as a small account. And what I do for me and what works well for me is I will just comment on other influencers' accounts, comment like super nice things. If I like their pictures, I'll be like, I love these photos, or like your outfit, oh my gosh, just things like that. And you don't want to ever like annoy somebody else, but at the same time, like if they see that you are commenting on their photos, or if you follow them, if you like their posts, like people will notice that. And if they like yours back, then maybe they will follow you back, and then you guys can chat and you can be like, hey, how did you do this? Or like, where did you get this? And just like get tips from them too. It's super nice. I love like when people are just nice. I just like when girls are nice. Like when you ask someone like where you got something and they won't tell you, I'm like, it's not that serious. Like, why does it matter if we have the same? I don't know. I just personally, I'm always like, oh my gosh, here's where I got it. Like, here's the link, swipe up. Like, I'm just like, let's support one another instead of like hiding information. But anyways, another way that I have networked personally is through the Amazon influencer program with the student prime. I've been in that twice. I'm actually like currently working for them again, which is super fun. But we have content and brand like meetings once a week. There's always like other people, and on the Zoom meetings and stuff, other people in the program, and we have a little group chat. And so whenever someone posts, they'll be like, hey, I just posted a photo, like can you guys go like and like comment, share, whatever. And I just think that's so fun, because then you have all these people who are in the same program as you, hyping you up on your Instagram posts, liking your stuff, following you. It's a fun time. So if you're ever in a program like that where there's other people, definitely try to connect with them and like chat with them. Even if there's people in the program like that live near you, you guys could even like meet up for a collab or something. That would be super fun and super cool. A great way to network. I really like this question, but somebody said, how do you balance school, having a social life, vlogging, TikTok? I feel like when I'm at school, my vlogs like never happen. I vlog like very rarely. If I do, it's usually on the weekends, because during the week it's just a lot. There's so much going on, or I'll like forget to bring my camera places. It's just super hard, at least for me. I know some people who are in college and they vlog and they love it and they do such a good job at it, but for me, just like the way that I balance it is, if I'm vlogging at school, it's probably always on the weekend. When I'm at home, that's when I will like vlog more or video more. I feel like sometimes people underestimate the amount of time and effort that goes into being an influencer, getting content, shooting videos for brands, things like that. It is seriously a job. And so when you have school and work all at the same time, and I have another job at my school that I'm also involved in, it's just a lot to balance. And so what I like to do, for me, I have a calendar, and literally I write every single thing down in this calendar. Like if it's not in my calendar, I'm not showing up. That's how I stay super organized. And also the brands that you work with are usually very understanding that you have other things going on. And so they'll be like, tell us what posting dates work for you, when you can get the content to us by. Obviously there are deadlines, and you can't tell them like, I'll get it to you in 3 months. Like there's obviously going to be deadlines, but they're usually super nice and understanding. And they'll be like, does this day or this day work, you know? And if you say no, like I have so much schoolwork going on, I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10 the brand will be like, you are totally fine, like we understand you're in college, so like when could you possibly get it to us? They're actually super nice for the most part. I know it seems scary, but they're really nice people. I'm actually working with a brand right now, and they were asking if I could post on May 8th, and I was like, that's actually my graduation day. Like I'm not gonna be posting anything, and if I do, it's gonna be about graduation stuff. And they were like, oh my gosh, like that's so exciting, like we're so proud of you. Graduating college is a super huge thing, like you should be so proud of yourself. And they were like, what about this day? And I was like, oh my gosh, perfect. That day works perfect. So definitely just communication. How I communicate with brands is by email. Just stay in contact with them and they're gonna be understanding. The very last question is tips for people who want to start a YouTube. And honestly, the best piece of advice that I have for you is literally just start it. Even if nobody watches your videos, at least you're getting like the practice of vlogging, shooting videos, editing videos, you know, things like that. But I have filmed and edited videos that like not even 1,000 people saw, which like sometimes is kind of sad, but also it's like, well, when I was editing that video I learned this, and so now I can do that in my next videos that will hopefully get more views, you know. And so you're always learning and always probably gaining subscribers, no matter if you have like 2 subscribers or 2 million. The more that you post, I feel like the more subscribers you're gonna get, just because people are watching your videos and like seeing that you're actually uploading videos. And so it doesn't hurt to just start a YouTube channel and just start filming. Like my first videos compared to my videos now, totally different. I had a completely different camera, I edited on a different software, like everything's totally different. So you just grow from it. You know, if I wouldn't have started vlogging until now and like this was my first video, I wouldn't know all the things I know from learning and just over time like getting the experience. So just start the YouTube channel, you know, like what's the worst that could happen? Nobody subscribes, okay, like try again, you know, like it's not like anything bad could happen. So I would just say go for it. Also, don't do what I did. I have been through 3 or 4 cameras. I think this is my 4th vlogging camera. So if you could, you know, do some research, try to figure out the best vlogging camera for you, which is what I thought I was doing at the time. I was doing all this research and found all these cameras and I was like, this is the perfect camera for me. And then I would use it and I was like, I don't like this camera. So I would do more research and then went to my next camera and I sold my other one and I was like, this new camera is the perfect camera for me. And then I would use it and I was like, I don't like this about it. But the camera that I have now, I love, super obsessed with. So just find the right camera for you, the right gear that works for you, or ask any friends that already does vlogging, see what they use and get tips from them, because camera gear is really, really expensive. So if you could save the time and money and hassle of going through a bunch of different equipment, it's gonna save you in the long run. I think that that's it for this video. I hope that it was helpful in me telling you guys like how I started influencing and just some very helpful tips. I hope literally, guys, just put yourself out there. Like, the worst that could happen is that a few people are screenshotting your post and sending it in their group chat and they're like, why is she posting that? Which I'm sure happens like more than you think anyways. So like, just post whatever the heck you want. If you're doing something that you love, then like, what can people say about you? You know, like, what could they say? Anything that they could say, you just be like, okay, well, I'm doing what I love, so like, why are you being so mean? You know? And like, if people are gonna be mean to you, you don't need them in your life anyways. So literally just post whatever you want, do what makes you happy. And if you want to start a YouTube channel, then just start one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you liked this video, and stay tuned for new videos. I'm sure that my next video probably won't be in my dorm room, which is crazy to think about, but super exciting things happening. So subscribe to my channel so you guys can stay along and follow along in my journey and where I'm moving to. Bye guys!